What's up, you guys? Today I'm going to be sharing with you my 5 top foolproof tips on how to take a very casual day look tonight. These tips have saved me. I have used them for years, so I really want to share them with you guys. So like usual, if you're new here, welcome. I would love for you guys to join my YouTube fam. If you hit the bell button, you'll be notified every time that I upload a video, and I would love for you guys to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat if you are not already. I'm more active on Instagram, I'm not gonna lie. Because of Insta stories now, I just sort of have been pushing aside Snapchat. I'm on there sometimes. So I'll put my name somewhere on the screen, and I'll also have it in the information box below. And let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna be showing you guys in a split screen my very basic go-to uniform, a t-shirt and jeans. This is what I wear on my days off. A lot of the times I'm wearing it to work. Sort of just depends, but it is my go-to uniform and I live in it all the time. So there has been so many times, I can't tell you how many times Matt has called me, a friend has called me, or some sort of event ends up popping up and I'm out and about and I don't have access to my wardrobe. And these 5 little tips and tricks have really saved my butt. And then there's some days where I'm just really lazy, even though I have access to my entire wardrobe, that I just incorporate these tips some way just to spice up my outfit that I was wearing that day, just because I don't feel like making it like an entire production. Okay, so tip number 1 is probably the most important tip because it really does transform your outfit, especially if you're running around in sneakers or whatever comfortable flats that you're wearing that day. And it is keeping a pair of classic black pumps in your trunk. This has been a lifesaver for me. And the reason why I say a classic black pair of pumps is because it just goes. I mean, it's the obvious. It works when you don't have a pedicure because it's a closed toe shoe, so you don't have to worry about it. It just ends up working with everything, especially if you are a more casual dresser like me, because it is playing with the juxtaposition of fashion, taking one item on the end of the fashion spectrum and then pairing it with something else on the other end of the fashion spectrum and putting it together. You guys know that's what my own personal style is anyway. I love these. These are from Calvin Klein. They're just a pointed toe block heel pump, and I keep them in a dust bag so that nothing happens to them or nothing happens to anything else that maybe they'll touch. So these have been a huge lifesaver for me. Tip number 2 is something that is no surprise for any of you guys that have been following me, and it's keeping a smaller bag in my bigger bag. So this is my Neverfull GM. It is one of my favorite bags to take with me to work. And if I'm already carrying a smaller bag for the day and is something I feel like I could easily transition in tonight, then this doesn't apply. Anytime that I have a spontaneous phone call from Matt, you know, to go out, I usually don't have a bag with me, or I'm just not prepared as fully as much as I would have liked to have been. So most of the time I'm using this, and inside of here lives my pochette accessories. And I do like to put this in my Celine Micro as well when I'm carrying that bag, because that bag I do feel like is a little bit too big and bulky to carry out for an evening. And my pochette accessories is my catch-all for my bigger items, but I love the fact that it doubles as well as an evening bag for me. You guys know this about this bag. I've talked your ear off about this bag. I just dump out the contents, throw in whatever I need for the night, my phone, a lip product, my ID, some cash, maybe some gum, a small perfume, you know, whatever fits in here that I would need, and it just works. It just ends up working. You don't need a designer one, by the way. You can get a high street, really cute clutch or small bag to keep in your bigger bags for the day. But for me, this has been my go-to evening out clutch, especially in times where I don't have an option for an evening bag. Third tip is popping on a black blazer with whatever I'm wearing. 99% of the time, it usually just goes just like a pair of black pumps, and anything in between a black blazer and black pumps sort of just works. It's like magic. They just end up making whatever's in between work. It's always timeless, it's always relevant, you always feel chic and pulled together, especially because it is a tailored item with, more than likely, my jeans are gonna have holes in it, or my shirt, you know, a tailored item on top of that with the black pumps. It just looks nice. And with the clutch, I mean, it just is an automatic evening out look and makes things a little bit more effortless. This is actually another item that I keep in my car. You don't necessarily need to keep this in your car, but if you do know maybe later on in the evening you are going out and you don't even want to be bothered to even think of something that might work, just grab a black blazer. I mean, most of us fashionistas have a few of these in our, you know, collection. I've had this one for years. This is one of my favorite ones to keep in the car because I feel like this style works with everything. And it is a blazer from Target, though. I just loved the fact that it was a little bit different. It has a faux leather collar here. It has a zipper, which is really unique, and it also has structured padded shoulders. So when I do throw it on my shoulders for nights that might be a little bit warmer than usual, it just really looks tailored and pulled together and chic. And I feel like like the faux leather helps edge it up a little bit and pulls together the heels that I have in my car, and they just sort of work together. They complement each other really well. So popping on a black blazer really is an awesome small tip that will work with 99.9% of anything, I promise. Next tip that I have is popping on a statement piece of jewelry. So lately I've been loving chokers, I've been loving statement earrings. These are a couple of my favorite chokers that I have. This one is actually one of my favorite chokers to keep in my pochette accessories. So if I am using a bigger bag that day, more than likely it's in there somewhere, just because it's lace and nothing will happen to it. This is from FJ & Co, but there's so many different ones out there on the high street that look very similar to this. I feel like it makes whatever casual outfit I was wearing very sexy and understated. And this is another one of my favorite chokers that I have from Forever 21. It's just a rhinestone simple choker. This really helps dress up outfits. So a rhinestone choker works, and then a pair of statement earrings that I love popping on with a very simple outfit like the one I'm showing you in the split screen are these earrings right here. It's just a strand of stars. I feel like they're fun. I feel like it is more of like a fashion-y element that you could pop onto something so simple and really turn around the look of your outfit, whatever you're wearing that day. And I don't always keep earrings in my bags just because I would worry about them a little bit. But if it's just for one day and I know later on in the night we're going out and I'm going to take them out, then I'll put them in the bag for that day. But a lot of the times I just sort of rely on chokers in my bags, but this one mainly just because it just works with everything. It's black, it's lace, it's cute, it's sexy, it's nice for the evening. And sometimes I am wearing these things during the day, you know, running errands or even to work. I will have some sort of statement piece of jewelry on. And if I do, like if I already have this one on, for example, at work, I will intentionally swap out my necklace for this one out in the evening, just so it feels like I'm changing up the vibe that I was wearing during the day. It makes me feel better and makes me feel like I actually put in effort to my outfit, even though I was wearing something that could have just worked for the night already. I hope that makes sense. Last but not least, I think this is the cherry on top. I feel like it pulls everything together and makes me feel so much better makeup wise. And it is adding a bold lip. My favorite bold lip is a red, and my favorite red lipstick is the Kate collection from Rimmel, and this color is Kiss of Life, and it's 111. This is like my fifth one. It's my favorite shade of red. And you know when you're just really picky about a certain shade of lipstick, this has been my favorite go-to over any MAC lipstick, over any more expensive red lipstick. I don't know why. This one has just been my favorite go-to, but everyone has their own personal bold color lip that they really love. I feel like red works the best with my skin tone year round. So sometimes I'm more light and sometimes I'm more tan, but for some reason this color just works, and I do rely on it to make me feel more pulled together as far as my makeup goes. I feel like it distracts from my makeup not being as fresh as it was in the morning, especially when I'm running errands. I'm wearing literally concealer, bronzer, and mascara. So if I get that phone call where Matt's like, you know, we're going out to dinner or I have a gig, I honestly will only have like this small bag to touch up my makeup. It's not a full face, and there's no face wash in here or face lotion, so it's not like I could just wash off all my makeup and make it like nice again, especially if I'm in a rush. I'll just touch up my makeup with whatever I can in there and then pop this on, and I just instantly feel like $1,000,000. I feel like I put in a lot of effort into my outfit, even though I really just didn't do anything, and all of these things were just with me already. So I love all of these 5 tips. They have been so helpful for me and have saved my butt so many times, I can't even tell you. And I hope you guys liked this video and found any of these tips helpful. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I will see you guys next time. Bye! Mwah.